Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another breakfast chat. And I'm sitting here eating my bison and rice. And today I thought I would chat with you guys a little bit about something that's not really informative for training, but it's a very relevant topic in the industry. And that is that with the way things have gone in the world, whether you agree with it or disagree with any of it, is largely irrelevant. We're in a situation where governments have locked down all over the world, including my own country in the U.S. to a greater or lesser extent, but here it's not a national thing, it's done state by state. So people need to understand that who live in other countries. The U.S. is different. Most things that we do in America are not done in America, they're done at the state level. We have 50 of them. But people have locked down around the world, and the trend that we're seeing is that more and more people have home gyms. And I would say at the peak of the lockdowns, I had something in the range of 2 clients who had access to public gyms and like 18 or 19 who had home gyms. Now it's skewed a little bit more, it's adjusted a bit, and I have quite a few. I would say at this point it's maybe be 2/3 home gyms and about 1/3 public gyms. But the thing is, a lot of gyms have closed around the world and they're not coming back. And you've had gym chains that have filed bankruptcy. And what people need to remember with that is this basically means there's a very real possibility that you are not going to be able to find an adequate gym in the future. Okay? It's becoming difficult. And even then, most people who are serious about training are finding ways to get home gyms. And that's something I've seen in the past that's comical. You know, people always say, well, I don't have room for a home gym. You guys recall when I was in a different situation in this condo, and I had very little space of my own due to a previous relationship, which we're not going to discuss, who dominated 90% of my floor space. I still found a way to take one of the bedrooms and turn the corner of it into a home gym. Right? I still managed to do it. And I've seen people who are more inventive than that, and I've linked even on the Facebook fitness page, my public page, I have linked even someone in a very tight space putting in a full row gym and making it work, right? Essentially in almost a covey by their home office in an apartment. Hey, and they have 400 pounds of plates, a couple different barbells, a full adjustable dumbbell set, right, and a road rack. And they put quite a bit of money into doing that, but they made it work. And I've seen people do even different. I've seen people turn a corner of a bedroom, multiple people, into a home gym. People are finding ways to do it. People before who said, well, I don't have the space. Now they all of a sudden they have the space. You have to get creative with it. And the situation that we are in is that at the world level, the international level, people who are really serious about their training are having to have home gyms. They're getting home gyms. They're getting racks, they're getting barbells, to the point where a lot of companies that produce these things are months and months back ordered. Right, even me getting my deadlift bar. It took me 3 months to get my deadlift bar made and shipped to me, my Texas deadlift bar. All these companies are out of stock all the time. All of them have hired more employees. Right, Rogue almost doubled in size, and yet it still can keep up with demand, and it still has plenty of popular items that are out of stock. Okay? These companies can't make products fast enough to catch up with demand. And everyone's going to have home gyms now. Okay? And everyone who's serious is going to. And people say, well, I haven't and I'm serious. Well, maybe you're not as serious as you think you are. People who are serious about their training are going to find a way. They're going to invest in it. They're going to find a way to get home gyms. And if they don't, they're probably not that serious, or they really don't have space or money because they don't have anything going on. But I would say if that's the case, being serious about your training may not be the highest priority in your life. Okay, if you can't afford anything for a home gym, you probably have other things you need to work on in your life. I'm not saying you shouldn't train, but training can't be the only thing you have going, right? It can't be for most of you unless you're going to make a career out of it, like I have done. But the other thing to consider there is, because people are not going to have access to machines as much, and a lot of people out there who consider themselves to train seriously, didn't properly learn all the barbell lifts, and they do a lot of machine and fluff and pump. Well, now they're having to make do with free weights. A lot of them need coaching. They need someone to teach them because they don't really know. And a lot of people say, well, I know, and lots of people know. No, not really. You'd be shocked. A lot of you out there who think you know how to lift, because I've got clients who've come to me, who've applied, who thought they knew how to lift, claimed I've been training for 2 years, ran this program or that. They couldn't perform a bench press. Okay? Not even to mention a squat or a deadlift. These people could not correctly perform a bench press proficient. Like nothing even resembling a decent bench press. And I'm not talking about, oh, you're saying with perfect powerlifting technique. No, I'm talking about even safely, like just a basic bench correctly. I've had plenty of people who can't even perform a bench. No idea. Who have run all these different programs. So people need someone to teach them. And the other thing is that personal trainers have had to adapt. I knew plenty of personal trainers, like on my Facebook, who chatted with me and they're like, well, you were ahead of the curve. We're having to learn this now because we can't train in person. Our gyms are shut down. We're having to adapt to online training, and this is hard. We're having to learn all this now. And we're at a point where that's the way of the future. And I'd said years ago I didn't think it was viable, and people had asked me, why did you change your stance and why did you do it? Because technology has changed. We are now in a situation to where between Skypes, Zoom, Facebook, Messenger, things like that, it's easy to have very serious real-time communication with clients all the time. It is possible for you to do video calls all the time to get everyone sorted. In other words, online training has become viable. And the fact that every person has a supercomputer in their pocket with a camera on it, which is, to me, at age 44, unbelievable. Not all of you, that's normal. Like people will say, oh, you claimed you lifted this weight while at the gym, whatever, years ago. Why didn't you film it? And it's like, I'm shocked that people ask stuff like that. We didn't have video cameras. Like, we didn't have that technology. Guys, 20 years ago, 18 years ago, 15 years ago, we didn't have supercomputers with a camera in our pocket. A camera was a big thing. It wasn't like this little thing you could hold on your phone. People didn't walk around with a camera in their gym bag. We didn't have the technology. Now we do. It makes things easy. And the funny thing with it is that not only have I found that personal trainers need to do that, I've made quite a bit of money coaching personal trainers. At any given time, a fourth to a fifth of my clients are themselves personal trainers. Like right now, I have 5 trainers or coaches on my client list. 5. I teach them how to do online training. It's part of what I do with the coaching because I'm teaching them to be better at everything they do, because a coach isn't someone who just hands you a spreadsheet. They don't just hand you a program and walk away. And those of you out there who are thinking that's what coaches do, those people are not coaching. If someone is charging you $200 a month and they don't even video call with you, they don't communicate with you other than sending you a spreadsheet, they're not a coach. They need to quit calling themselves a coach, and really you're way overpaying. Because that's not coaching, that's just selling you a workout. And it's probably not even customized. Okay? But teaching people how to be trainers, that's actually turned into a business for me. Like if you do the math on it, if I have 5 people at any time, and it'll probably grow, who are part of what I'm doing for them is teaching them to be trainers, and that's one of the reasons they invest in it, is to grow their own business. I'm making $1,200 a month just off of those people. Okay, it's a viable business. And it's at the point where people realize it's a necessity, to the point where they are willing to hire someone with a successful online coaching business as their coach to help teach them how to make more money and to do it. Okay, it's going to be the way forward, because if everyone is going to have home gyms and the ability to train at a gym in person is going to be compromised, people are going to need online trainers and online coaches. And even then, we come back to the home gym thing. Most of my people who are trainers, they also have home gyms. they train clients at home while everything is locked down, and they do a lot of online. Okay, this is the way things are going to go. Home gyms and online training are going to be the future as far as the majority of people who are serious about their goals. That's the direction the world is going, and people are going to have to catch up. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.